Right there. All right, Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett was the main villain in last Thursday night's ugly brawl between the Steelers and the Browns. The league suspended him for the rest of the season, including the postseason, for ripping up Mason Rudolph's helmet, then hitting him with it. Today, his appeal of his...
That's not what happened. First of all, Garrett's on the bottom. So this whole thing that he threw him to the ground is not true. Garrett's the one that hit the ground first. Now, they had the whole thing with the kicking and pulling each other's helmets off. Yes, but these guys were yanking on Garrett. Garrett's holding on to his helmet. They're pulling him. He doesn't want to let go of the helmet at that point because they're going to knock him down again. So, whatever. It happened. It was bad all the way around at that point. Here's the part that nobody talks about. And by the way, there's a flag, okay? He was flagged. Now, he was over here. He's backing up. He's still backing up. He's got the helmet at his side. He's done. He's not going to do anything anymore. The play is over, okay? But this guy, Mason Rudolph, is just starting. And by the way, that face was a crazed Freddy Krueger face, looking right at him. And he's got his arm now. Both arms are on Garrett at that point. One's on the shoulder pad, one's on the face mask, and he's tugging on him. Meanwhile, Garrett is just slowly going backwards. He's going backwards. You can't assault somebody if you're going backwards. Unless you have a gun or you're going to throw something at somebody. You can't reach somebody if you're going backwards unless they're aggressing toward you. And that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And now these two guys are coming in. And not only that, he's got this guy. He's got 5 guys in his peripheral vision. And one of them has his hands, both of his hands on his helmet. And his helmet's down here. He hasn't done anything yet. This was self-defense. It's never even been brought up. It's never even been considered. This is self-defense. There's his arms are all over this. Those are his arms. They're in his face. He's grabbing onto his face mask. Right there. He's got him in a face mask. This is white privilege. If this had been an African American with the crazed look that Mason had on his face, and if this had been a white lineman or QB or whatever, they would have been talking about how he was retreating and the aggressor was coming in on him. But because this was a white guy, this is an African American, suddenly that's not possible. He couldn't have been backpedaling in a defensive mode. Nobody's talked about this. They've talked about everything else, that he pulled the helmet off and hit him with it. No, the helmet came off, he pulled the helmet off, possibly with the help of the other lineman, was holding onto his arm at the same time, and he's holding onto the helmet. The guy's holding onto his arm, trying to knock him down. That ended. He got called for a penalty, and you know the stuff that happened before with the kicking and everything else, and that Rudolph pulled on his helmet first. We know all that. He's done. He's not fighting anymore. He's backing up. That's all he can do. He can't do anything but back up. And that's what he did. And this guy, Rudolph, just comes at him with both arms. Look, you want to see? You can even just go back a couple frames. And you can see his arms. Look, the claw. Look at that. He's going at him. Look at that. Look at the drive in the legs. Who's the one that's passive? Who's the one that's backing up? Who's driving with all of his might to get at him? Look at that. Look at that hand, that claw. He's going for him. Look at all these people. One guy backing up. He's not ready to use the helmet. He's just backing up. That's all he's doing. Look, see? The helmet's not going anywhere. It's limp at his side. He's backing up. He's at the 5, 4, 3. He just keeps backing up. And this jerk keeps coming at him. Now he's got his hand on his face mask and his shoulder pads. He's still got his helmet down at his side. Look, he's backing up. He's backing up. That's not assault. When you're backing up, you're not assaulting. You're assaulting. These feet are assaulting. He's got him. I mean, this has to end. He's only got one free arm. His other arm is tangled up wherever. So what was he supposed to do? Look at how far back he is. There's the goal line. He was over here at the 5 before. He was actually at the 7 when it started. He backed down to the 2. He backed up 15 feet. It's all there. Nobody's talking about it. Look at that. He's still going for him. That's whack-a-mole. That's all it is. This is the mole. He whacked him. That's it. There's nothing else. Whack-a-mole. They have so ruined this guy's character. It's white privilege. It freaking disgusts the heck out of me, and nobody will admit it. You can't assault somebody when you're backing up. That's just the way it is.